What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the 90 Degrees Fightcast channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a very, very, very interesting and I think fascinating fight, which I think everybody's been waiting for, is Vasily Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. And Devin Haney's unbeaten. He's got unbeaten record, and Lomachenko is obviously wanting to get his titles back. I'm going to throw this straight to Raz, and let's see what he's got to say and what he thinks about what's going to happen in this fight.
All right, so I'm a big Loma fan, Dill and Hubs, massive Loma fan. But as of late, I think he's slipping away a little bit. He ain't been looking like the Matrix anymore. I don't know. Since COVID happened, it's like he's lost his momentum. Losing to Lopez as well. I think that threw him off a bit. Devin Haney, he's young. He's only 23, 24, whatever he is, quite young. So he's got the youth on his side. He's slick. He's slick fight is always difficult to deal with. So I think it's gonna be a tough fight for Loma, personally. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. Loma was number one. Everyone was like, no, nobody gonna beat Loma. And then Lopez beats Loma, and then Kambosos turns up from nowhere. Kambosos beats Lopez, and then Devin Haney turns up and beats Kambosos. So these fights at the moment, it looks like it's anyone's game. So yeah, I'm quite intrigued by this matchup because I want to see what Loma's got in the tank still. Is he still the Loma that's hungry and he just wants his titles back and he's gonna put it on them? But then again, Devin Haney can be hate to say it, but boring. He can be boring, and I think the only way he wins is being boring. Pot shotting, working that jab. He's got a really good jab.
Yeah,
solid jab. And I think that's the way he's gonna win. I don't know. To me, it could go. I think I don't want to, but I'm siding more towards Haney. You've seen him fight, Hubs. Do you think he's? You've seen Haney's jab, and the way he moves, and he's quite slick. And you've seen Loma. Do you think Haney's got enough? Enough of that sort of sting to keep Loma off?
I couldn't say it better than you. Like you touched on the points. Like Haney's younger. He's 10 years younger. Loma's 34, and Haney's 24. So like the 10-year difference, bro. So in terms of like you saying he's not the Matrix anymore, let's see what happens. Really, if he can keep up with it. But Devin Haney, he's slick. He moves back. He moves forward. He's got a nice jab, and I think he might end up chipping away at Loma. Chipping away at Loma slowly. And if Loma can't get him and get into his head and, get a few good shots and actually, even if he did, though, I think Haney's going to be able to keep up. He beat Kambosos. But, yeah, I think youth, he's maybe not a seasoned, but he's had those fights, isn't it? So he's got something behind his belt and that experience. So I do feel like Devin would end up taking it. What do you think, Dill?
What I think is it's a bit controversial kind of thing. I'm looking at it more based on stats and everything. Yeah. What I've noticed is you got to remember something that Ras said was after COVID, and Loma hasn't been the same. After that thingy, no fights, no nothing, and then you got to remember the Ukraine war happened. So I think he rushed into that fight a little too quick with the Teofimo Lopez. Now, Teofimo Lopez, if you watch that fight, the guy was just too powerful. Every punch he was hitting, you could hear it. And he was just flying back. I think that guy was just too powerful. And if you saw what... I think Teofimo Lopez's power and his aura and his strength just, set him a bit to the side. Like he didn't know what the hell.
I was going to say, Dale, you pointed out something there as well. The weight. Yeah, this is another thing. The weight, like Haney is bigger as well.
Yeah, Haney. I'm coming to that. To that.
He looks bigger and stronger. So that's another problem Loma's got.
Yeah. So what happened with Thingy? Teofimo Lopez, if you saw right towards the end, oh my God, the flurries in the last 2-3 rounds. What Loma ended up doing to him, almost. You know what? If Teofimo Lopez didn't hold on, I think it was the 10th or 11th. I swear to God, he would have knocked him down. If you saw that last flurry,
so you think Loma got to start fast? Do you think Loma got to start fast?
He held on to his arm in a clinch, and Loma was like bang, bang, like proper right in the nose.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think he got hurt. I don't think
he got hurt. You could see it in his face because he was like, "Whoa, what the hell just happened?" Yeah, but
I think he was just a bit shook.
But I think it's hurt. But if he had started that, if he'd continued doing that from the start, I think, like I said, I think that shocked him a bit. The amount of power that Teofimo Lopez had. Now, the only other loss that Thingy's had is also Salido, but we all know what happened. He constantly getting pot shots below the belt. Yeah, so both of them were. Unanimous decision losses. There were no knockouts. Like, he hasn't been knocked out. Yeah, he's world champion with becoming world champion with the least fights as well. So he's got that record. Even though people look at his record and it's like 19 or 20 fights in. What the hell? Yeah, Devin Haney's got more fights. Yeah, but what you don't see is Devin Haney, for his size, for his weight, for his speed, his power, one of the best jabs in the. You got to agree with that. He's one of the best jabs in his weight category.
Hey, this is why I say he's gonna be trouble.
So what you saying, Habib?
Just similar. Like I like Lomachenko. I watched Lomachenko's Matrix. He does his angle. He works.
But are you impressed?
What, currently or generally?
Generally.
Well, I'm not impressed on the last 2 fights, but
you said it like, I seen Lomachenko. Yeah.
Oh, no.
You don't seem impressed.
I like Lomachenko. But the thing is, the last 2 fights haven't impressed me much, right? And it's one of those things. Haney, as much as he's boring, what's going to happen in the ring is a different story, isn't it? So when he comes in, I think it's hard because he's experienced.
Loma actually got a TKO in his within his last 2 fights.
Not the last one.
Yeah.
Not the last one, the one before that. He got a TKO against a Japanese. I think it was Japanese.
Yeah, but it wasn't like his performance wasn't as good as usual, you know.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. His performance as of late, it looks like he's been struggling a bit. Like the last fight, I thought it was quite a good fighter. That Ortiz guy. It was all right.
Yeah, it could be the fact that the Ukraine war, man, it's not easy. It's his country, affecting him. Like, you're going in there. It's one of those things where you never know. It could have affected him. Maybe he'll come into, like you said, with the last loss. He's going to come in and maybe he'll change it. Thing is, Haney
There's something that you mentioned, and there's something that he mentioned was his age. He is 10 years older.
That's the thing. Yeah, 10 years older. And it could be...
me and Dill know that, when you get a certain age, ain't that right, Dill? You start to think, hey, what's going on?
What did you say? I was 10 years younger than you. Yeah?
Yeah. So you're still all right. You'll find out soon, though. Don't worry.
Oh, man. Yeah. Who do you think is going to take it, Ross? Like,
I think obviously I want Loma to take it because I'm a big Loma fan. I love his style. He's exciting to watch. Who don't want to see Loma fight? He's got so much skill with it. But I think he's too small. That's my concern. He's too small. Like you see when he stood with David Haney in the middle of the ring. Even he said, "What lightweight? This guy looks like heavyweight." Yeah, and he did. He looked like towered over him. So already he's got the height and the reach. And then the next thing is Haney isn't a come forward fighter like Loma is. He's a distant fighter. He likes to like keep you on the outside. So I think he's just going to be playing it boring, man, and he's just going to keep it boring. He's going to use the jab, and I think Loma's going to feel pressure that he needs to go in right now. And he's going to try, and I think he might even get tagged on the way in. Like, not get KO'd, but he'll get hurt on the way in to the point where...
I don't think there is going to be a KO, though. You got to agree there's not going to be a KO.
No, I don't see it. But then, the size difference might matter for Loma because he's...
I think it's a lucky, hard shot,
Yeah. I mean, a lot, Haney, I don't see him as much of a power puncher.
Did you say knockdown or total knockdown? What did
No,
you say?
I don't think there'll even be a knockdown. If I'm honest, I don't see it.
If he catches him, he might have a knockdown, but not a TKO.
Nah, I don't know. I just see Loma's gonna struggle with the weight. I think
he's going to struggle with the weight, but there is a possibility that he ain't going to get knocked out, but he might get knocked down. And, you know, he's going to, like Raz said, he might come in and get tagged.
Yeah.
Now it depends on how much power Haney has, obviously, to get that knockdown. But in a way, I do agree with Raz. In a way, I do agree with Raz about. So, what method do you think, Habib, that this is going to end? Who's going to take it?
I think in terms of, again, I'm with Raz. I'm a Loma fan, so I want him to win. But wanting and what's going to happen is two different things. I think it'll go to the end, right? I think it'll go all the way, and I think it'll be very close, and it'll probably end up going to Haney. As much as I don't want to say that. What about you? What do you think, dude?
Me, unlike you and Raz, I'm Loma ride or die, bros. Haney's probably gonna do it, but I'm gonna have ultimate faith because after his last world title loss, I don't think he's gonna come in serious because he's hungry. He's got the experience. He's got all those amateur bats behind him. We all know he's got the skill, Raz. Yeah, you know this. Yeah. So I can't. After seeing that flurry and the things that he did with Teofimo Lopez towards the end, he's a bigger fighter. I think we're gonna see a little bit of that, but maybe more of it than thinking. Because if Teofimo Lopez was powerful and he was coming in attacking, Haney's not like that.
No, he's not that powerful. I don't see him powerful as Lopez.
So there's going to be a little bit more action in this.
Yeah,
could be a fun fight, definitely.
Well, I don't know. It depends on Haney, innit?
Fair enough. If he keeps in distance,
that
if he actually go for it, I think it'll be fun.
He just comes to win, which you can't, fault the guy. It's his style. He's very disciplined. That's the other thing. He's a very disciplined fighter. If he's got a game plan, he's gonna stick to the game plan. If it means he has to jab all day to win, and even the crowd boo, he'll jab all day to win.
Some people coming to watch him lose. Some people coming to see. This is exactly what we're gonna do with Loma and Haney, right? Because the only way this is gonna become exciting, if you gotta agree with this, Raz, is Loma's gonna make it exciting, not Haney.
He's the only one that can make it exciting. But like I say, but the thing is, they're both top-ranked fighters, right? You have to remember this as well. And there's politics, always politics involved. Don't forget that, because Loma's getting on a bit now. He's probably not going to fight as many fights as Top Rank would want. And Haney's young. He's 23. He's going to be they're going to see him as, all right, we'll market this guy. Let him, any close decision, give it to him. I always believe there's politics that nobody knows about behind the scene with these promoters. And I think the other reason he's going to take it is because they're going to think he can be the next cash cow. Let him beat Loma. Give it to him if it's close. And then, Loma's going to be retiring soon probably because he's at that age. The young guy can take it on. Then we got someone to market all the way now. That's the other thing. You got to always remember politics as well. Some fights you see, like great fighters.
No, you can see,
They come in and they fight a younger guy that they beat.
Given to the younger.
And then they give it to the younger guy. Again, I always say this, Pacquiao and Bradley, the first one's ridiculous. You know what I mean? You clearly Pacquiao won that fight. And they give it to Bradley. Because he was the younger man. And they thought Pacquiao was on his way out. No, man, I'll forget. I'm not going to forget that because when that fight finished, Bradley's face was when some kid got proper schooled at something and he just can't hold it in. He's just so upset, just looking man. You can see he's even saying to Bob Arum, I did my best. You see him saying on camera, I did my best.
Oh, prior to finding out, you mean?
No, after the fight.
After the fight, maybe I missed it.
He said that to Bob Arum. You can see on the camera. I did my best, man. I did my best. Personally, you can see he knows he lost, and then they give it to him. And obviously, Pacquiao's in shock. What? you know, and then the next 2 fights after that, you know, Pacquiao beat him the same way, and he won both fights after that. But yeah, we digress. But you know, now what I'm trying to say is, Top Rank again. There's always something going on like that behind the scenes.
Most definitely.
So yeah.
So you didn't say who do you think's going to win then, Russ?
I'm going to give it to Haney for those reasons. I think he's going to make it boring. He's going to stick with the jab because he's tall and bigger. It'll be easier for him to do that. He's disciplined. He won't engage. And Top Rank will be on his side as well. So good luck to Loma. I want him to win, but I don't see it. What about you, Dil?
Well, I've already said what I needed to say.
Oh, yeah, you ride or die.
Ride or die.
Yeah. But anyway, there you have it, folks. We've all discussed exactly who we think we're gonna think that's gonna win. We all want Loma to win. Yeah, we all Loma fans. Yeah, but like Raza said, Loma is getting on a bit. Haney's the top guy at the moment. They're gonna want their boy to win regardless. If it goes unanimous decision, it's gonna win. He's too big. What else can I say except the only person that's going to make it exciting is Loma himself. Other than that, Raz is saying Haney's going to win. Habib saying Haney's going to take it. Me, ride or die all day long, Loma. Yeah, Loma, if you're watching this, remember me. Yeah, remember me. But
tag.
But thank you all for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment and give us your opinions. Let us know what you think, who's going to win, what round it's going to finish, or if it's going to go the distance, unanimous decision, and whether you think it might be a controversial win for or even a convincing win for Haney. But thank you for joining us again. My name's Dil, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thief.
Catch you in the next one. What's happening?
Find your own goddamn line.